wanted to be in the video so bad. Now you're in it. No, you're stuck in here now. You're not going outside. We're not going to keep doing that. Blue, of all the times that you can mess with the plant, you choose now.
Yeah. On the day I met you, said I had you starstruck.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Hallayahsade. If you are new, if you're a returning subscriber, what is up? You guys, when I tell you, I am just so many emotions going on right now as I am making this video, just because I cannot believe that I officially launched my lash business. Like, outside of me being a makeup artist and being full-time that on my own, now I actually have physical, tangible products to sell that have my name on them. Like, what? So today's video is just going to be a little bit about the steps that I took before I officially launched my brand. If you are in the process of launching your business or planning to launch your lash business or cosmetic business, whatever, these steps definitely might be beneficial to you as well. I figured let me just show you guys my experience, and there's so many other videos on YouTube about launching your business and all of the legality stuff that you need to do beforehand. But I know for my followers in particular, you guys want to see my process just because you guys have been around since the beginning, okay? Since before Shop Hallayahsade was even Shop Hallayahsade, like, y'all. And I'm not sweating. It's just this body glow that I put on from Hard Candy, but as I am in this camera, I realize it's extremely glowy, and I looked a little misty. But it's okay. I'm not mad at it. Definitely feel free to use some of these steps in your business. That's the whole purpose of why I am creating this video, is to help other entrepreneurs who are in the process. If you already launched, these steps can still work for you as you're continuing to grow your business. If you're planning to launch but you have not yet launched, these steps will definitely be beneficial to you. Or even if you just knew them, it's kind of like a good refresher to know that you're still on the right track. So let's get in the video because I definitely ramble way too much, and yeah. So the first thing I did before launching Shop Hallayahsade, outside of deciding what exactly I wanted to sell, so a quick little background of why I started selling lashes is because I am a makeup artist and I'm just constantly using lashes on my clients anyways, and I just felt like because I already had my LLC for my makeup business, that I could just transfer it over and expand my brand. Ultimately, I definitely want Shop Hallayahsade to go like whole cosmetic line, in stores, storefront, the whole shebang. Like, God's gonna do it, period. I don't care. But I'm also work to get it, okay? But once I had decided that I wanted to sell lashes, this was back in October. If you are not familiar with how I even got to this point, I will insert the video at the top or somewhere over here of how I started to become a makeup artist, and that basically segues back to how we even got to where we are today. So my website for Hallayahsade was already up on hallayahsade.com, but now that I wanted to sell actual product, I had to expand that. So I decided I want to sell lashes, and the first step that I am suggesting that everyone does is to get samples from your vendors. So I tried out so many different vendors, you guys. I tried lashes from different vendors. I tried box styles from different vendors. I tried box styles and lashes from other vendors. So it's really just testing the waters, because there's thousands of vendors to choose from, and you never just want to like scroll through pictures and then just be like, okay, that's the vendor I'm gonna go with. Like, no, definitely get samples of your products. So let me just show you guys a quick little evolution of Hallayahsade and how far we have come and how far we are still going. Like, when I look at these other cases that I have sampled, I'm just like, we really have evolved already. And it has only been officially, since I've been trying samples, if that's October, 8 months since I have come up with the concept of launching lashes and actually working towards that. So even though it was always an idea, the difference between having an idea and actually having a successful idea is you putting work behind that. 8 months officially. So my very first box style, y'all, okay, So we were just testing out different things. Originally, I thought I wanted my colors to be black and gold, because I just knew I like gold. Like I like gold accessories, blah blah blah. But even as a kid, my room was pink. This is my old childhood room. Painted it white. It's my home office now. That will also be an upcoming video too. I need to stop getting sidetracked. So this was the first ever case of Hallayahsade. Let me show you. So this is what the case looked like. Don't pay attention to my nail. But this is what the case looked like. The font, yeah. The back, even. So this was a sample. So imagine if I would have went with these, like the writing would have been rubbed off if I was already selling the product to people. So yeah, no, that's also why you want to get stuff sampled to you. And it had a drawer, and then the gold on the inside, super basic. Was not feeling this case at all. So then the next case, I still thought I wanted to stay within the gold and black, so I kept the same concept but added a window because I didn't like the fact that you couldn't see what was in the box just by picking it up. But then again, it was not giving it to me like at all. Like even just looking back, like I'm so glad that I did take these steps to actually trying out different cases, trying out different vendors, all that. That is my #1 suggestion. No matter what you want to sell, if it's t-shirts, if it's hair products, if it's cosmetics, whatever you want to sell, get samples of it from multiple vendors, because you may try something out that you think you love, but then you try something else out and you're like, whoa, I love this way more. So definitely take your time in that aspect. But here's what that second one looked like. So it says Hallayahsade. Again, I knew Hallayahsade was going to be the name of the brand, and that was it. And I knew an enhanced version of you, my slogan, was definitely going to be somewhere on the box. So I did that one on the inside of the box. But then again, even just looking at this, like it's so small, it just looks scrunched up in there, like it doesn't even really fit. The case quality, however, I will say this vendor has great quality cases, and I like the fact that it's a magnet type of case, so I knew I liked that. So this one, we were going in the right direction with this one. And the second to last one, which you guys will actually see be on my website very soon, because I'm gonna do a limited edition lash. That's a whole nother story. But this was the third case that I had gotten. And these I definitely liked. So I really do like these cases, and I actually might bring them back but change them a little bit. I love the marble. Once I decided that I wanted rose gold and marble to be the colors of my brand, it was like, that was it. That was all she wrote. And it just stuck, and I just felt so much peace about it. Really took my time on coming up with like the concept of, okay, I don't want to do just a traditional like marble case, like the white marble. Definitely not saying that that is bad, but if I am going to do something similar to other brands or other box styles, then I need it to at least be different. Because I am totally with you taking inspiration from other brands and stuff, but definitely put your own twist on it. So this was my twist. Just to the traditional white marble. No brand in particular that I got inspiration from. Just the fact that I knew I wanted marble, but I didn't want it to be white, because I knew my main color that I even wear like on a normal day basis is black. Like I'm actually surprised I'm in yellow today. Once I came up with that idea, I was in the process of taking my marketing class in college during this time, and I was working on a logo and playing with different fonts. And so this was a font that really stuck out to me because it's so similar to my actual signature. And I was just like, wow, this just screams me. Love the color. Definitely love the way that this vendor did the box style. And then I had 2 different fonts per suggestion of one of my professors, actually my marketing professor. So shout out to her, because she gave me the idea to mix the fonts, because 2 fonts that I was using were more of like graphic fonts used together. And there's like font code, like if you use like a squiggly font, you have to use something more like structured if you're doing like a slogan. It's real technical when it comes down to like branding and logos and stuff, and just like visual things that look good together, which I am definitely glad that I got my business management degree for that, because your girl wouldn't have known nothing about that. I would have been learning everything off YouTube like everything else. So this was the first case that I was originally supposed to launch, but I just wasn't in love with it. Like, I still love it, don't get me wrong, but I wasn't in love with it. Does that make sense? So this is the final case that is actually out on Shop Hallayahsade, and it is on my website, and you guys can definitely shop these lashes now. So here is the official case for Shop Hallayahsade. Okay, let me not say official because I do have new ones on the way. That's another story too. Goodness, I have so much content to give you guys just from launching a business. So this is the second to final design. I believe this will be the last design. I don't know. I like to spice things up a lot. So who knows? This may be the last one. It may not be. Who knows? Oh, this is the design that is live now on my site. And so if you can see the difference from this one and this one, I just wanted to, I wanted to pull back from the marble a little bit because this marble design was just a little too veiny for me. Just because I felt like it contrasted a lot with the name, like my name is kind of getting lost in the marble, which is also another reason why I kind of like wasn't too in love with it, but I definitely still will use these cases for limited edition lashes. So stay tuned for that. Those lashes will be coming out very soon. I pulled back on the veininess of the marble, and then I also added this cute little metallic border, and this is rose gold. If you can't really see, it's hard to pull up on the screen, but still kept the same font, but then added a border just because I wanted something a little pop. And right on the back, it has my entire slogan and name, and I love the metallic pink. It just screams just classy, just sleek. Like, I would want to sit this on my vanity. Like, I'm in love with it. And then right on the inside, I still kept that same bordered design as the outside, and this is all in rose gold too. And it says my slogan, an enhanced version of you. And I just really felt like this style, it just looked better with the font up there as opposed to like the previous ones where the font was kind of like squished in and didn't really look like it fit at all. But the only thing I will say about this box design, and you guys will see a difference within the next couple of weeks because I have new shipment already on the way. You guys are so amazing. I appreciate every single one of you guys for purchasing with me. But I do have new shipment on the way, which means I have new box styles on the way. And that's just because these are not 100% right. Here is the box style that is on my site. And automatically you see this gold string sticking out, which does not go at all. That was a communication error between me and my vendor. I'm definitely going to give you guys a deep detailed video of like launching a business do's and don'ts, or the trials of launching a business, because that was definitely one of them. So my brand, you guys already know, is rose gold, black and white, real simple. The string was supposed to be pink to match this case because I wanted to launch these two at the same time. Which also brings me to the inside of the case, and you may have noticed it when I initially opened. So I took the string out of the other case just so I can show you guys how it should look with the pink string. But the inside of the tray, where the lashes sit, it is rose gold, but because I changed the border to just be black instead of all rose gold, this does not pull as rose gold as it should. Instead, it pulls the contrast color, which is gold. It's a little thing, but a big thing to me, especially because I know exactly how I wanted it to be. So the new cases will be just like this, but with a pink string, and the inside rose gold will actually be rose gold, so you can visibly see that it's rose gold. And I was just noticing in like people's product pictures, it wasn't giving me the rose gold that it should have been giving me. Yes, that is definitely tip number one. Big tip is to sample and try lashes. Try them on yourself. I was wearing them on myself. I was putting them on clients just to see how they would like them. Just to see, get people's opinions. You can literally wear them with a look and put them on your Instagram story and just see what people say, or just create a look and just don't tag the lashes. See if people like question or ask about the lashes. That's a good way to build a little bit of buzz and see exactly what people like. So the second step that I did before launching, which I had already done because like I said, I had my website up because I was taking appointments through my site. is creating an LLC. So if you're not familiar with what an LLC is, a legal liability contract, and it's definitely important if you're a small business owner to file your business legally. You would hate to get super big. Even if you don't get big, it's just a matter of being legal and working in legal operations. Like when you're in somebody else's house, you got to play by their rules. So even though I am an entrepreneur and I own my business, I still have to now keep track of like things for taxes, make sure that my business is even able to operate in my state. There's so many tiny little things, which I can actually do a video on that too. Let me know if you guys want to see a video on that. I can go a little bit more in depth of my LLC and what I filed my company under for taxes, all that other stuff, yada yada yada. So definitely look into that. I know there's a bunch of videos on YouTube of exactly what each one is, but if you guys want me to make a video, let me know, I got you. The third step, which kind of lines in with the second step, was creating my website. I used Wix to create my website. Originally, I was using Squarespace, but then it didn't even last for a week just because it was just too confusing for me to even navigate. Wix was a little bit easier, and they do give you a template, but even if you guys go on my site, Hallayahsade.com, you will notice that I did not really follow like the typical layout of what a Wix website looks like. I don't know, like, you know how sometimes when people use website builders, even though they are inputting their own pictures and stuff, it still looks like the same format as someone else's, and I definitely wanted my site to look just like how I imagined it to look. So I took away the template idea and just worked on my website from scratch. And this also was just changing and adding different things from what I had created in January of this year, and I launched my lashes in June, so this month of this year. So it's a little bit of like a 4-month change in what I did, and I kind of just revamped my website, did a photo shoot, all that other stuff, yada yada yada. Definitely go check it out and make sure you shop, and you can also use code YouTube for money off. That's only if you made it this far in the video. The fourth thing that I did before I launched my business was branding. Branding. So I was branding like nobody's joke. Once I officially figured out what my logo was and my color scheme, then it came time to get everything as far as branding goes. So I revamped my business cards. Let me show you. So here is what my new Shop Hallayahsade business cards look like. It still keeps the same format so that as soon as your customers see your stuff, they identify with your brand colors, and they also identify with whatever type of font that you usually use, your verbiage, whatever. All of that stuff has to do with branding. So you want to make sure that everything kind of looks uniform across all platforms. If you can, that would be best, but I know like audiences are different depending on what platform you are, like Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram. Those all have different audiences, so you definitely are going to have to brand in different ways, but for the most part, your logo, colors, brand theme should all be the same no matter what, especially if you're talking about your business. Should always be the same. So these are my Shop Hallayahsade business cards. And it has my slogan on the back, and then my email and the website, as well as the little YouTube and Instagram icon, because like I said, I'm trying to get more frequent on YouTube, and putting your YouTube handle on your business cards is an easy way to get your YouTube out there, as well as putting it on your site. It's also on my site too if you go on my site. One of the like last videos, if you scroll all the way down, is a direct link into one of the makeup tutorials that I did. So that's another way to increase traffic, taking traffic from Instagram to build them to your website, and take that traffic from your website to YouTube. So it's literally a matter of making sure that your branding and everything is the same. That way your audience just kind of like disperses themselves without you having to do too much. Well, you're still doing a lot, whatever, you get it. So after I did my branding with my business cards, then it was time to build up the hype. So if you guys follow me on my Instagram, you will know that I was originally supposed to have a big old launch party for my graduation party, and that was supposed to be on May 25th, because I was supposed to graduate on the 24th. I did graduate, but I was supposed to walk on the 24th. But Corona said otherwise. So now my launch will be postponed to my 23rd birthday, which is perfectly fine because now my graduation ceremony to walk is postponed to December. It also will make sense because January is the same month that I launched Hallayahsade LLC officially, which was my booking site, and now it'll be the housing site for anything else that I decide to put on there too. And so it'll be a 1-year anniversary of that. And then it'll also be celebrating the fact that I launched my lashes. So it'll kind of just be like an all 3-in-1. Definitely things happen for a good reason, blah, blah, blah. So we're just going with the flow. But with that, you want to build the hype. So before any launch, it doesn't matter what it is, I ended up launching my lashes online because obviously we were in quarantine, couldn't do the mass gatherings, blah, 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 not gonna ponder on it. During that time that I was building up the hype for my lash launch, I created a PR list. And this is also a cool way to get people involved, get people talking about your brand. You definitely want to create some talk around whatever you were launching, no matter what it is. It's not so much that you want to choose a PR list of just influencers who have just a high following. You want to niche down on those specific influencers that you are choosing, because even though they have a big following, their followers may not even be interested in what you're selling. So if I am selling, let's say for instance, something that's not cosmetics. So if I am selling TVs and I am giving it to an influencer who is strictly all about fashion, granted, some people may care about the TV, but majority of her following does not care about TV. As opposed to if you gave her an outfit to post in promo, then they would be more inclined to dig a little deeper and actually see what the brand's about. So that's the kind of idea that you want to have when you are choosing who you want to give your product to, especially because you're giving away free products. So you want to be real particular in who is getting it and making sure that you are getting the best bang for your buck, so to speak. But during this time when I was supposed to have my lash launch party, I created a PR list, but I did in-person invitations to the lash launch. So at this time, I did not have the physical product, but this was because it was a launch party to prepare for people to launch, to get people excited about it. Kind of almost similar to what the big brands would do as far as like flying people out to destinations for launches and stuff, but we're not there yet. So we got a launch party, and I'm gonna also insert a clip of exactly what I did in order to brand that whole thing. It definitely got a lot of buzz. So after the hype was built up from that led people into wanting to come to the launch party. And I did it as RSVP only. And when I tell you guys, I was so surprised at the number of people who RSVP'd. I had a total of 250 plus people who were on the list for my lash launch party, and they hadn't even seen a product or anything because I haven't showed anything. The most I've shown was a couple of lash styles, but I just did them like on a makeup look, but I never said what they were, anything like that. So just for the fact that you're just building up hype, get the buzz out, get people excited, get people talking and inquiring about like, what is this? I also did have a business page created on my Instagram during this time too. So then that's also another good way to, once those people are talking, now you give them a place to actually go and to follow and to look forward to you launching. Okay, so now that the hype is already built up about your brand, people are excited, they can't wait for you to launch, you need to make sure that you have all of your shipment stuff together before you actually launch. This is like the biggest part of you launching outside of you already having your inventory, because sis, if you get a bunch of people to come to your site but you don't know how to ship and you don't have nothing to give it to them in, then what the heck? I actually just uploaded a video on how I ship out my packages from home. So if you did not see that video, it will be linked somewhere on the screen, and definitely go check that out if you want more in depth. But here is basically what my shipping packages look like. So I ordered 1,000 poly mailers, just plain black poly mailers off of Etsy. If I can find the link, because I have low-key been looking for it in my emails and I just don't even know like if I lost it, if I deleted it, I don't know. But I got 1,000 plain black padded poly mailers, but it was just a little too plain for me. These stickers I got made by my high school friend. She posted that she knew how to make stickers and that she had just bought this little machine that helps her to create stickers. So I was like, this is perfect. Just for a little bit of branding on the outside of the packaging. And then as far as the inside of the packages go, you want to make sure you have a bounce back card. This is kind of like what they call it, a bounce back card. Like let them know that you're thankful for their purchase. You want to see them tag you in their selfies, the whole 9 yards. So these you can make on Canva and then have them printed on Canva, or hear me out when I say this, you can make them on Canva and then upload them to Office Max. I actually found that this was the cheapest way to do this. Office Max printed I got my boyfriend some business cards made, and I made his design on Canva, having them be order ready pickup to Office Max, and it only cost me like less than $20 for 500 business cards, you guys. And they do the exact same thing for postcards, all of that. So now that I know that, once I start to run low on these, I will definitely be uploading my design to Office Max. Save some coin. But here is what my bounce back thank you cards look like. It has my Shop Hallayahsade, thank you for shopping with us, and then at the bottom, a customer care. Shout out to my freaking high school teacher. You guys, this is also the other trial of running a business, is that you are literally your P's and Q's and your I's and your T's for everything. So there is a little mini typo on here where it just says, if you have any questions, it says if you have an questions without the Y. So it's like little typos like that, like, you guys. But once I am through with these, it's not like too big of a deal. Like, you still get the concept of what it says, but that is like a little thing. But again, a big thing. We're making these tweaks along the way. But I want you guys to know this process, because this is stuff that really happens, y'all. Like, even if they don't want to be telling y'all, this stuff be happening in people's businesses. On the back, it says to just tag us in your selfies, shop, snap, post, shop Hallayahsade, snap a selfie, post it with the world, and then just my little picture on a phone. So something like this, just to give people a little bit of appreciation outside of you already sticking to giving them their packages. Make sure you also ship your packages out on time. If you put on your website that orders will be shipped out within 3 to 5 business days, do not wait until the 4th day to ship out somebody's package, because then they're still not going to get it for another like 3 to 4 days. So when I say 3 to 5 business days, I mean like your like max time, you're going to get it in 5 days. So, and I'm sticking to that. Like, I don't care. Just because, one, I don't like waiting for packages, and I know my customers don't like waiting for packages either, so we try to get those out. I do shipping every Monday and Thursday. I definitely say to get yourself into a schedule as well too before you launch. Already have an idea in the back of your head when you plan to do shipments, and that also creates a schedule for you and your customers, so then they can be like, okay, if I place my order on Tuesday, it's not gonna get shipped until Thursday. And it's just like a communication. Definitely always overly communicate, even if it's annoying. Overly communicate with your customers. The 8th step after you get your shipment, also to add into my 7th step of preparing for shipping, sorry, pointing is rude. My 8th step of preparing for shipping, you want to make sure that you get some type of labeling system. If you watching my video of how I ship packages, you will see the struggle I had with shipping packages, and we're slowly getting the hang of it. So definitely play around with shipping before launch day, because when I tell you, when we launched on opening day, we had a total of 43 orders to fulfill, and that was my first time ever shipping from home. So when I tell you the process of trying to figure out exactly how to and what to do, it took us 4 hours. It took me, my mom, and my dad 4 hours. And now the process has sped up a little bit, but I'm still wasting paper. So go watch that video to actually figure out what I'm talking about when I say I am wasting paper and why I need a thermo labeler. A step that I did before launching was to organize my inventory. So the easiest way that I can say if you're starting off with your inventory for cosmetics or just anything is to go to Walgreens, Walmart, they even have them at Michael's, but getting some organizing container drawers. You guys know what I'm talking about, the 3 drawers, yeah, where you can organize. So I got those in order to separate my inventory, and then also with that, I label my my drawers with the SKU number that is aligned in my website. So the easiest way that I can break that down, because that might sound really confusing. The easiest way that I can break that down is to number your inventory like 1 through whatever. So I have 6 lashes, and so my lashes are numbered 1 through 6. This also makes sure that your inventory lines up with what you have at home, and also if you have any customer disputes and they just say like, instead of, they don't say the name. So say for instance, an example of one of my lash styles is Sweet Pea, and Sweet Pea is number 2 on our SKU list. So if they don't say the name but they say like product 0002, I know in my system that that is Sweet Pea, so I know they're talking about Sweet Pea. It really just makes things easier in the long run. Then you can start identifying things by numbers as opposed to saying the full name. It just makes the whole process easier too. But a part of organizing, you want to also make also with organizing, you want to make sure you set up a customer email list. This kind of goes hand in hand with step number 6 with building the hype. Your email list that you create, even if you do not have your physical products launched on your website yet, at least having a landing page where it says like, hey, we're not launched yet, but leave your email so you know when we launch, blah, 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 whatever. It can be literally say anything. But just something for you to be able to keep in contact with the people who already are showing interest in your brand. You can definitely see in your analytics on Wix, I know for sure. I'm pretty sure all the other platforms too, but I'm only going to speak for Wix because that's the only one that I have used. But you can see in your analytics exactly who is visiting your site and who is subscribing to your email list, and you can see who has abandoned carts. So the fact that you have full control over your website also gives you control kind of sort of over your customers. At least with doing this step, this helps to keep in contact with your customers who could potentially be future customers as well. So definitely having a means of communication outside of just Instagram or just social media. Set up an email list for your customers to get them on that list so that whenever you want to get a message out, they get it first hand. Don't be like ODing it with the emails though, because you know you don't like to receive too many emails. So don't send too many emails to people because it'll just get annoying. People will unsubscribe, and yeah. And the reason why I say that is because if you are a consumer yourself and you know that when you are subscribing to a brand's email list, you already know what that entails. You know that that comes with them constantly sending you marketing emails, and you're probably going to give them a junk email, which means it's probably just going to get lost. So you're basically wasting your time and your money to create all of these emails, which probably don't even get opened. Just thinking about how you think. So getting those quick, fast emails only typically when you have like a major launch or a major sale is when you want to get those emails. If you're just like sending out an email just to be like, hey, just checking on you from Shop Hallayahsade, that's like miscellaneous. Like those are emails that are going to be overlooked. And also make sure in your email, like your subject, it's really catching, bold, gets your attention, but keep it straight, sweet, to the point. The last step is to obviously launch your business, sis. Launch your business. Definitely go into it. If you already made it to this step and you already done the preliminary step, it's time for you to launch. Like, don't be scared. Just launch. Promote your brand. You are the face of your brand. So your face, your name, your voice should be in everything that you do, no matter what. If you want your brand to be portrayed a certain way, then you need to be acting that way. I know like all of the steps leading up to actually launching your brand can be super stressful, super just make you want to quit, because girl, it made me want to quit. It made me not want to keep going. But you made it this far. Like, you better not give up. Let me be an example, if so, that you can actually do it. So those are the 9 steps that I took before launching my lash business. I wish I had 10, but I guess I could sum it down to 9. Such a weird number. I hope that some of these tips were useful to you in launching your brand. If you have already launched, or if you are preparing to launch, that you can use some of these tips. And definitely any of the subjects that I have touched, if you guys want me to create a video on, let me know down in the comments below. I'm going to be pumping out a lot more entrepreneurial lifestyle videos for you guys, because that is literally what my life consists of. So it'll be like vlogs, do's and don'ts of running a business, a new updated how I ship orders, packing shocking day, what went wrong in my business, what's going right in my business, blah blah blah, and so on and so forth. Like, it's gonna be never-ending content just because this is my life now. So welcome aboard. But I hope that you guys found this video somewhat fairly useful. If you did, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will see you guys in the next video, and shop Hallayahsade.